met someone that doesn't sit right with you and everyone adores them, but yet you have this feeling that there's something wrong? The reasons I will be changing people's names in this story, and let's get into it. Says that after months and months of trying to find a job, of going through the struggle, bills piling up, she finally got a call back from a job. Now, did they offer her enough money for the job? She says no, they gave her the bare minimum, but she had no other choice. What could she do? So she took the job. She felt refreshed at the job. Like everybody was united, everyone was like a family. But for some odd reason, the manager didn't sit well with her in her spirit. She said something was completely off and she could not put her finger on it. However, everyone swore that there was nothing wrong with the manager. She was sweet, she was kind, she was loving, she was giving, she was understanding. But Jen kept saying there was something off with her, but she could not understand what it was. Collectively, everybody decided to have a Christmas party for the employees at Olive Garden. Now, of course, Tina was the one managing everything because she was the manager, and she was the one that was helping fund the whole entire event. After the party was over, her ride never showed up to pick her up. So, of course, stressed out, she started asking her coworkers on who can take her home. Everyone declined except for Tina. Now, she didn't ask Tina for help, but Tina overheard and offered her help. That on her way home, Tina started asking her very personal questions about her life, her struggles, if she planning to have kids, does she have a boyfriend? All questions that Jen did not feel comfortable answering. And she told Tina, I don't feel comfortable answering these questions. It's very personal to me. If we can keep this work-related conversation, that would be fine. But I don't want to answer any questions about my personal life. I'm not that kind of person. I'm sorry. She didn't give any pushback. She said it was fine, no problem, and she dropped her off. That after a few weeks of working at the job, she ended up getting a promotion and she ended up getting Tina's position. Now, Tina ended up being let go a few weeks prior to that because of the fact that she was stealing. Now, what was she stealing? Jen doesn't know. She didn't ask questions. She was just grateful for the position and she was grateful for the opportunity and for the money as well, because that kind of helped her with her debt situation. Everything at work was going smoothly, but at home, everything was chaos. She couldn't understand what was going on in her private life. She couldn't understand. When she would get home from work, her fridge would be wide open, food all over the place, all over the counters, all over the walls, chairs stacked up on each other. She honestly thought someone was breaking in, a homeless person or something, and destroying her home while she was gone. However, there was never a door broken or a window broken or a lock broken, ever. Ever, ever, ever. So she couldn't understand what was going on. That one night she's on the phone with her girlfriend and her girlfriend's explaining to her, maybe you should go see someone. Maybe you have spirits in your home. Maybe they're upset that you're never home. I don't know, but figure something out. But there has to be somebody or something in your home that's either human or not destroying your home. And of course, Jen was like, what do you think? Spirits are mad that I have a full-time job now? And she's like, well, possibly. I don't know. Maybe. And then Jen says, okay, well, fine. Do you have anybody that you possibly know? And she says, yeah, you know what? I actually do. My aunt practices. She ended up going with her girlfriend to the practitioner's house. When she gets to the practitioner's house, she introduces herself. They start talking about what's going on in her house and everything that's been happening to her. And that's when the practitioner reveals to her that there's somebody at her job that's been doing work on her this whole entire time because she stole something from them. Now, of course, Jen says, I didn't steal anything from anyone. All I do is go to work, mind my business, and come home. And that's when the practitioner revealed, exactly, you've been going to work and doing what you got to do and going home. She says, does anybody know from your job know where you live at? And that's when Jen says, yes, my old manager. And she says, what's your manager's name? So she started pulling cards on the manager's name, and it comes to find out that yes, it was Tina who was doing work on Jen. Now, Jen, of course, didn't believe it off the bat. She says, how is it possible that she's doing things inside my home? I've never invited her inside my home. And the practitioner says, there's something that she gave you that you brought inside the house. And she's like, there's no possible way. So of course the practitioner keeps pulling out cards, and she says, there's something from outside that she gave you that you brought inside your home. You need to look around your house. There's something you brought from outside and you put it inside your home. And that's when it clicked for Jen. The only thing that she ever puts outside and brings back inside her home is her trash can. And that's when the practitioner says, I need you to check your trash can. There's something in there. And of course, Jen and her girlfriend leave. They go to her house and they pull the trash can out of her garage. And that's when she takes the lid off the trash can and looks at the bottom of the trash can, and there it is. There's a chicken head at the bottom of her trash can. And Jen looks at her girlfriend like, this gotta be a joke, right? Her girlfriend's like, no, that's not a joke. So Jen goes to reach for the chicken head, and her girlfriend completely stops her and says to her, no, do not touch that thing. We need to go back and ask her what to do. And Jen's like, you think she'll be able to tell us what to do with a chicken head? we can't just pick it up and throw it out. It's like, no, you can't just pick it up and throw it out. Are you crazy? The practitioner's house. Jen tells the practitioner she found a chicken head in her trash can. The practitioner tells her she needs to cleanse herself and her home before removing the chicken head altogether. And Jen did just that. She cleansed her house, cleansed herself, and then they removed the chicken head. Now, where did they put the chicken? I have no idea. She did not give that information. But what do you guys think that was? What do you think she was trying to do to Jen? And that's crazy. A chicken head, though?